I never believed in mysticism, even after what happened. 5 years ago, I found myself in a situation where I either had to live on the street or accept a very strange offer. My maternal aunt died suddenly. A heart attack. She lived alone in an old private house on the outskirts of a small town. The house was old but solid. The land was good. And most importantly, it came to me for free. There was only one condition, voiced by the notary. You must live there for at least a year. No selling. No renting out. I was not alarmed by this. I was happy with any roof over my head. The neighbors looked at me strangely. No one came up to say hello. No one asked who I was, and one old woman, passing by, said quietly, "He will be here again." I thought she meant me. I was wrong. I spent the first night without sleep, not because of fear, because of the silence. The house was too quiet. There were no sounds from the trees, no dogs, not even crickets. And at 3:17 I heard footsteps, clear, slow, on the second floor. The problem was that there was no second floor in the house. I went out into the hallway. I stood there, holding my breath. The footsteps stopped, and then someone scratched softly at the door from the inside. Not from the outside, from inside the house. The following day, I went to visit my neighbors. For the first time since 2 days ago, I wanted to understand the situation better. I approached them directly and asked, "What is wrong with this house?" Everyone was silent, and their faces conveyed a mixture of awkwardness and confusion. I felt uncomfortable, and I knew I should not ask such a question. Until one of them spoke up and say, "Your aunt was not the first person who lived here." The others seemed uncertain about what to say, so they kept silent. He looked at me for a long time before, answering with a voice that seemed to be searching for the truth. The one who lived here alone was the first person. I was shocked and completely caught off guard by his answer. I learned that over the past 30 years, this house had had 5 different owners. None of them lived there for more than a year. 3 of them disappeared without a trace. 2 of them were found dead with signs of strangulation. Officially, it was reported as accidents. Unofficially, it was believed that the house was not for sale. The footsteps began every day. 3:17, always the same minute. First the footsteps, then the breathing behind my back, then a whisper that I couldn't make out. I started recording the sound on my phone. On the recording there was only one word, repeated dozens of times: "Come back." The house plan didn't show a basement, but the door did. One morning I saw a trapdoor in the kitchen that wasn't there yesterday. Wooden, old, with fingernail marks. I didn't want to open it. But at night the trapdoor opened by itself. The smell of dampness and human decay wafted from the basement. In the basement I found a box of old photos. They were all the same man, in different photos, in different years, but he didn't age. And in the last photo, it was me. That night I woke up to someone sitting on the edge of my bed. I couldn't move. He whispered in my ear, "You're here now. So now it's my turn to live." I learned the truth from her diary. He was the first owner of the house. He died in 1947, but he didn't leave. Anyone who lived here long enough began to see him, hear him, feel him, and then trade places with him. At 317, I had no indication of any footsteps. However, I heard genuine laughter. At that moment, I comprehended that. Furthermore, the mirror in the hallway did not reveal any figures. Should I fall asleep, I would necessarily remain unawakened. I managed to escape. I'm not going back to that city. I don't look in mirrors at night. I don't sleep at 317, because sometimes I hear footsteps in my new house, and now he knows where I am.